Okay. Wait. Before we get going, we find that oftentimes my system settings make it so that it's too quiet. All right, let's see what it's looking at here. Oh no, it's good. In fact, it's up there. All right, we like it. All right, so hello, Crime Stoppers. Been meaning to make a video for a while. Uh, first off, uh, so tell me again how it's going to crash back down to 39. Talking about silver, it's on its way to unobtainium. You cannot overbuy a commodity that is in short supply. And not only is it in short, like there just isn't enough of it. Period. Okay. $26. I just looked at the price tag on this cake. Oh look, breakfast. Oh, it's flan. Oh wait, can you see that? Ah, yeah, there you go. Oh, wait, put it in front of the camera. That would help. There you go. It's a flan cake. It's flan. You can tell they're Mexicans, and it's rather delicious. Um, maybe slight cause for celebration as we bust 55. Today, the silver that I bought at $5, way, way back in the day when everybody was saying I was crazy. Because, silver, we've been hearing that silver is going to go to the moon since before I was 20 years at least, more than that. And lo and behold, it's finally gone to the moon. I can remember getting 10 ounces delivered to my door for $50. That included shipping everything off of eBay. $50. Because the silver itself was less than $5 an ounce. Now that same ounce of silver, see, and this is the thing, the silver didn't go up in value. The dollar went down in value. What's happened is the dollar is being destroyed right in front of your eyes, and nobody can seem to figure it out. So much to talk about, and so little time. But the idea is, I'll be back later. It's it's the long weekend, and much to talk about. As it turns out, there are many factors going on all at once now. And there's lots of stuff I can't talk about here that I'll have to do on Facebook. If you've been noticing, you may not find me here on the tubes because I'm always getting videos deleted and banning and so forth. But if you mosey on over to Facebook, there's only one Crouton Ramon. I was in a video meeting the other day. Interesting, totally soofy, goofy people making these devices to help get rid of chemtrails and rife machines and all kind of fun stuff. Anyway, the idea is that this woman, how do I get in touch with you? There is but one Crouton Ramon. 100th monkey, hard to find, and there's a bunch of 100th monkeys. And Ben Rogers, there's like 100 of those, literally. There's like 3 in Makawa alone, even when I'm not there. Anyway, so Crouton Ramon, there is but one. And pages are being built there. Many stories to tell when it comes to, like, say, the 5-star passports. And the 4-star passport not being the same as a 5-star passport, as my one son found out the hard way. But the 5-star passport, yeah, you want to find out about that, and trusts and so forth. But the 5-star passport is just step one. Also, what good is being free if you're broke? And what good is being rich if you're not free? So the idea behind all of this is there is an easy way, or well, there was an easy way to increase your wealth. And I put them away already. I sorted through all my paperwork. But I have a piece of paper from not too long ago. I don't know if you can hear that, but they're emptying trash. That's, videos that I need to make, topics that I need to make. And on that piece of paper, it had silver 20, 40, 50, 100 plus. Okay. Well, the 20 and 40 are gone. I didn't make the video in time because 20 and 40 has already passed. And that paper is not that old. Think about it. Look when silver was in the 20s. And suddenly it's more than double. It's going to double again. It's going to double again. It's trillions. Get it through your fat heads. It's trillions moving into $1 billion market. And it's not just United States, it's trillions of FRNs, but it's also trillions of rupee and trillions of RMB and trillions of rubles and trillions is going to be looking for a place to stay. And that place to stay is not FRN. That is not the reserve currency of the world. We play it lip service now, but clearly that's no longer if it was the world reserve currency, it would be used for settling the bulk of transactions, and it is no longer used for settling the bulk of transactions. In fact, major nations are trading completely, don't need the FRN at all. So there's this other thing called XRP, which is going to supposedly help. You need to look into XRP. And see, the hard thing with XRP is it's all hype. Everybody's hyped up about it. But the point is that there's trillions and trillions of dollars that are going to want to cross borders. And I don't care if the whole market melts up and things freeze. People are still going to want to move money from here to there, and there might be across their border. So Chinese people are still going to do business. So are Russians, so are Japanese, so are Indians, so are Africans. And they're going to need to move money from where they are to someplace else. And previous to this, it was the SWIFT system, which was slow, stupid, and archaic. And then they used the SWIFT. What do you want to call it? You want to call it weaponized? They weaponized the SWIFT system, and everybody went, okay, we're out. If they can fuck with Russia, what can they do to us? So now, and what do the American people do? They just go along with whoever it is they think they elected says. So now you're about to get crushed. There are exactly two kinds of people going forward, ones that have metal and ones that don't. If you don't have metal, they're going to crush you. That's the plan. That's always been the plan. And right now they're taking their metal they're taking their paper and converting it into metal. And you should too. As much as you can, as often as you can. I'm not recommending buying silver up here. You guys got to figure it out for yourselves, because I'm done buying. I've been done buying for a long time. I may buy some jewelry or something like that, or if it crashes back down and it's like an absolute opportunity. But I'm already in. My chips have been bought. So now, like Big Swear and several others say, sit back in your armchair, have a beer. In this case, it's tea or whatever it is that you drink, coffee, and watch the show, because the sparks are starting to fly. And it hasn't even gotten started yet. Gold and silver, we've got a long, long way to go from here. And those of you thinking that it's going to be an orderly market when there are trillions chasing billions, and when it's become very clear now, everybody sees that cup and handle. Everybody, you can go look at the chart, that 44-year cup and handle, 44 years. Do you understand? And it's calculus. It's not simple. Oh, let's draw a line from here to there. That's not how that works. Like, I can't even calculate the top of this. It's going to be more than 100. It's going to be more than 200. Do the fucking math, people. 1980 was $50. Okay, that was 1980. In 1980, when it hit $50, you know how much, right? That's $12 now. Because $12 in 1980 money buys about $50 worth of stuff today. And that's with bullshit numbers, complete bullshit numbers. If you go back the other way, $50 is about $208, right? Your purchasing power. So you need $208 of today money to get $50 in 1980 money, which means that you need $208, or you should, to get 1 ounce of silver at that $50 1980 price. But it's not $208. Let's go look, because every time I turn around, it's more. Last I checked, it was 57.10. Okay, so it's stuck at 57.10 at the moment. Did they halt again? Or did they close the market and say, okay, 57.10 is where we're killing it? What time is it? Yeah, it could be the market's closed. Nope, the market is not closed. Because it's still it's up $3.49 today, 6.52%, depending on who you talk to. Because this is the other thing. We now have a fractured market. The price over there in London, the price in New York, the price in Shanghai, the price on Google, the price at Kitco, they're all different prices. Go look. That was one of the things they talked about, fractured market. Okay, we have problem. We have many problem coming up because of this. And I told you before, I've told this story. I'll keep the story brief, but this is the Chinese coup de grace. And see, I don't understand how it's all supposed to work out because when the dust settles, according to certain prophecy, United States is supposed to be on top. The Masons who set up the Temple of Liberty, and you guys are thinking liberty is one thing when actually it's another. But anyway, those guys are supposed to end up on top when it's over. The Christians, by the way, not the Luciferians. And I don't know how it all works out at all. I am watching just like you are, but I do know that they cannot function with the silver price going to, I don't know, even $100. You understand how short they are? They're covering. That's the other thing. The shorts are finally, they're covering because there's no, they understand that, yeah, they're not going to be able to push it down. They have dumped billions, the entire production of the world mine supply in like 4 hours. Okay, if you do the math and you stretch it and see everybody's lying, so this is the problem when everybody's a liar. You can't tell what the real numbers are. Is it 1 billion ounces? Is it 4 billion ounces? We don't know how many billions of ounces of silver are even available because we haven't been keeping track that well. And then on top of that, everybody's lying about it. So let's say there's 1 billion ounces. How many billions in a trillion? Okay, now multiply that many times because there's many trillions of dollars, just FRNs. Never mind rupees, never mind rubles, never mind RMB. And you notice that there's a whole lot more Chinese and Indians than there are Americans or Englishmen or Canadians or Americans, Canadians, and Englishmen combined. In fact, throw Europe in there. See, because what they've been doing for the longest time, and it's only just starting to dawn on some of you, that they've been getting white people to kill white people for about 200 years now. And in huge amounts. World War II, oh man. They just had Russians getting slaughtered and Germans getting slaughtered. They didn't care as long as it was white Christians dying. They did not care. Funded both sides. And now, if you do the math, the geometric progression, how many less white humans are there? Because tens of millions died in the 1940s. You can't do the math. But they made sure. Why would they do such a thing? Okay, anyway, the point being here is we got big changes right under our feet right now. And we're not done yet. And I'm listening to people, even in the market, who like watch this market, who can't seem to do the fucking math. It's trillions chasing after billions. So even if it was just one thing, and we want to divide the billions into that one thing, it's going to be 1,000 for every one of them. And never mind, it's silver, so it's going to be more than that. You understand what I'm getting at here? We're just doing basic division. How many billions in a trillion? And then it turns out there's hundreds of trillions. Like, these are numbers that you can't wrap your mind around. I will make a video over at Crouton Ramon's House of Math one more time, eventually. Don't hold me to it. Won't be today or tomorrow. But I'll get a whiteboard out and try and get you to visualize what a trillion compared to a billion is. And maybe you'll begin to understand $100 isn't anywhere near the top of it. In fact, everybody that's mealy mouthed, we didn't want to say that silver is going to go to $100. That's crazy talk. um, $100 is crazy talk. There's no way that it stops at $100. Like, just fucking do the math, right? We're not crazy. Oh, and then let's see how much trouble do I get in over here because I've already got strikes, but there's certain things you can't talk about. But there was a major fire in Hong Kong, and that should have made it clear that everything they told you about what happened in New York in September 24 years ago was a lie. Everything. Because that was crazy. That looked like a pallet fire for a while there, and those flames were hundreds of feet in there. The humans that were in the buildings, just in proximity, even behind brick walls, yeah, they were incinerated. Okay, so let's not have them die in vain. Let's make it clear that universities and newspapers and all media lied to you for decades about what happened. Because there is no way that jet fuel melts steel beams. There's no way that fire melts steel beams. Now let's mosey on over to Pacific Palisades, where I have photographic evidence of I-beams being twisted by fire. You know, wildfires caused by brush fires, but the steel beams warped and twisted. Down by the beach, as a matter of fact, even on the coast highways, the Pacific Coast Highways, some of those I-beams. I-beams! See, and this is the thing, is that the average American doesn't get to college. And even if he does get to college, you don't take any structural analysis or any systems of metals or any of that stuff. Only if you're in engineering. But if you had, you'd know that you have to heat that stuff up. That's why it's an I-beam on top of everything else. That's what that shape is. So these buildings rage for hours. No collapse. And if you go into those buildings, you're going to see that none of those I-beams were deformed because the metal can't get hot enough to become molten without some really special circumstances. And I had to listen to people see, do you know how now you're beginning to understand how fucking stupid most of the Americans were, and most of my friends who repeated, well, it was the fires, and then when the fires got hot enough, and then it collapsed into its own footprint, and all that cement just disappeared. So that was the thing that was amazing, is they pulverized the cement. How did they do it? Oh, they want to say it was directed energy, but maybe could have been a dew, could have been a nuke, could have been a mini nuke. No, most likely it was thermite. Like huge amounts of thermite that they sprayed all over everything that actually turned that concrete into powder. But anyway, the bottom line is there's absolutely no freaking way that even after, like, you can just compare. Look at the fire, flames hundreds of feet in the air. Literally towering infernos. And they did not collapse, and the metal did not warp. So how is it? Is the steel in America different? Is the steel that they used in Pacific Palisades in New York City different? Or did they lie to you, and perhaps there was some technology being used right in front of your eyes that you didn't understand? Which is more like, and see, this is the other thing. We find out that like 90% of Americans can't think critically. Or maybe it's 70%, but it was at a high number. It was more than 50. Can't do any critical thinking. Can't go, well, let's see, if this, then this. They can't do that, turns out. And now that now I can't talk about that, but now that they've introduced some stuff into the system, they can't think straight. But yeah, this is Friday, and we're not even done. I'm not even going to tell you I told you so when it comes to silver quite yet, because we're not there. We're only just letting you know that we're going to be there. See, when it becomes unobtainium, when it becomes, I don't care how much Johnny Bravo has, how many bags of gold he has. And no, you can't have my 10-ounce bar of silver. Because right now, still, the silver to gold ratio is well above 70. For a while, it was 80. See, and I was thinking, I remember somewhere, I think it's in storage in Hawaii, I had some little 1 gram gold gram coin things that my mom had collected, that they came in these envelopes from the Franklin Mint. It was like the most, she's totally overpaid for those grams way back in the day. This is probably 70s or 80s. Like she was probably paying like $30 or $40 a gram back then. And or maybe even $50 a gram. Well, how much is a gram of gold now? And here's the thing. I could take each one of those grams, supposedly, and at one point trade it for 100 grams of silver. And I would have made the trade, except I don't know where the gold is. Honest to God, don't know where those envelopes are. They're in a tub somewhere, perhaps in storage. Who knows? Anyway, and it wasn't like a lot of, like, maybe 10 grams or something like that. But the idea is that for those 10 grams, multiply by 100, I could have got 1,000 grams of silver. And right now I can still, for every gram, you can still get 70 grams of silver. Or if you have an ounce, you can still get more than, well, actually, let's just look it up. Let's quit talking about it. Gold to silver ratio. Survey says. It says 80 to 1. Okay. Because gold has also gone through. Let's take a look at the gold price just for giggles. It's not that bad. It's only 42.55 at the moment. It's only up like $52 today. Okay, peeps. We got insane days coming just in time for Christmas. And I got to talk about sun gazing and the introduction of this thing, this is the total blackout mask, and so on. But this was just a short one to say, well, that I'm about to say. And I have a little cake. Got to celebrate the small victories along the way. But take it easy, Crime Stoppers. I will make a much longer video because, I usually do long form, 2-3 hours, maybe this evening or tomorrow. In the meantime, hope you had a wondrous and fantastic Thanksgiving. Here in the AZ, I'm in Phoenix, it has been nuts. We've had, like, they're all about, oh, it's the hottest summer ever in the history of ever, and it's so hot. And we had 5 days here in Phoenix. In Hawaii, that happens, but not very often, but it happens. But 5 days of rain. And then we just had 3 days, and then 1 day of heavy overcast, and then another day of rain. And then we just had 4 days of rain. So we actually have mosquitoes. Anyway, big changes happening. Big changes happening. And we'll talk about them. All right, Crime Stoppers. Like I said, have a safe weekend. Plenty more partying and drinking is going to be happening. I will be abstaining from such, but if you do so safely. You have the opportunity to educate your friends. Tell them about 5-star passports. Mention maybe at the family dinner something about silver and gold and metals. Maybe you had the chance. We can talk politics. That's always fun. But the idea is have a safe and happy weekend. And I'll be, like I said, either this evening or tomorrow, I'll be making a much long. Plus, I have paperwork to do that I'll talk about and so on. So anyway, happy Thanksgiving a day late. And take it easy, Crime Stoppers. E pluribus unum. Things are about to get really good or really bad, depending on how you prepared. But if you've been following this channel, I assume you've got some silver stacked and maybe some rats, sea rations, or whatever it is. And prepare for the smooth transition. All right. E pluribus unum. Take it easy, Crime Stoppers. 100th Monkey out.